Good morning. I'm at the coast still, and I wanted to do another video. Um, I'm coming to you from my beautiful deck in Brookings, up on a hill. I'm clear up on a hill. Um, I can't see the ocean from here, but that's fine with me because I'm not actually an ocean girl. I'm not real fond of the ocean. It's kind of big and unpredictable, and I don't know it very well. So, and I don't really care to know it very well. I do not mind the beach. I like to look for rocks and seashells and glass and things. So I realized one time that there are four different kinds of people on the beach, and you can feel free to correct me if you see more. But there's I'm a gatherer, so I like to gather things. Like I'll see cool pieces of driftwood I want to take for my garden, or rocks, or seashells, or you know. I don't think I've ever really collected a friend, but yeah. So collectors, gatherers. I suppose it would be called like browsers. Like you'd be browsing for things on the beach. Anyway, so that's what I am. The other thing I've noticed is there's players. There's like people that fly kites. They play frisbee. Now here in Oregon, the beaches are probably way different than anywhere else in the world because our water is cold and we have a lot of rocks. And I'm not very familiar with beaches anywhere else in the world, but they look really busy to me. So I'm okay with that part. Anyway, so yeah, they fly kites, they play frisbee, they play volleyball, I'm sure, somewhere. Um, I don't know. So there's those kinds of people. Maybe they run, maybe they surf, maybe they paddleboard, I don't know. So various things like that, players. And then there's builders. They get pieces of driftwood and they construct huts. They construct teepees. They construct little shelters on the beach. And maybe they build sandcastles. Maybe they build like a little rock labyrinth. Maybe they do like a design in the sand and make mazes and crop circle type things on the beach. Maybe I've seen that. All right, so that's builders. Those guys like to create things on the beach by hand. Um, okay, so then there's the ponderers, and you'll find those people up on the bluff, up on the dune, up in a chair maybe somewhere, and those people are just gazing out into the ocean. They're just noticing the waves. They're pondering life. They're lost in some other kind of maybe a more introspective, reflective world, and they're not really paying attention to anything else around them, and they're just just thinking about stuff. Maybe they're trying to process. Anyway, so I don't know. I suppose you could include swimmers in the players because I just don't see an awful lot of that because the water's so dang cold here in Oregon. So I'm in Southern Oregon, and you know there's big rocks, um, and there's tide pools and there's fun things like that. So anyway, uh, yeah, that's what I've noticed about the beach. I much prefer a river, I guess, because I don't know, it's kind of predictable in any given day. Like I know there's floods and things like that, but anytime you might go to the river and hang out, it's pretty much doing what it's going to do. It's just going by. It's going to the left, going to the left, and heading to the ocean. So anyway, I like rivers. You can predict them. You can get wet. You could raft. You could tube. You could. We used to do a lot of rafting, and that was a lot of fun. I have stories about that, like at the wazoo, but not for now. I I forgot my microphone, so I hope this is going to be loud enough. The breeze, I mean, like you can see, this is what I'm surrounded with because I'm up on a hill. And it's nothing but rhododendrons and ferns and foliage and fir trees. There's a cedar tree over there, and back in there is like nothing but aspens. And they just like those suckers, man. They just sway so much. These firs, not so much. So they're like in the foreground and they're solid. They're not moving. They're solid. But behind them is all these aspens swaying in the breeze. It's so pretty. Here, let me see if I can show you. It's a little bit breezy right now, so I don't know if you can see the contrast. Man, awesome. So, and it's cool. It's like not even 60, I don't think. But the sun's out. So I was gonna say something about the trees. Um, well, they're all. Oh yeah. So what I was gonna say is, you know how when you go on your uh, wireless networks and you look and see a list of wireless networks that you're surrounded by, you know, here and there, your neighbors or whatever. On when I look here, because they don't have a Wi-Fi here. When I look on the wireless networks, that means I am completely free from any EMFs. It's like I'm out of the soup of those frequencies. I mean, there's got to be a frequency attached to my phone, but for the most part, it's I'm free. I'm free and up and out of it, and that'll be neat to be up and out of it for a whole month. Now I am going into town, so I'll be encountering some there, but for the most part, eating, sleeping, dreaming up here in the nothingness, the space. It's also silent, and all you really hear is a distant weird wind chime, the breeze, and a rooster sometimes, which is nice because it's not too close. Anyway, I have a cot out here on the deck, and that way I could take naps in the day. I could sleep out here probably if I had have a down comforter I could sleep with. Anyway, so much fun. I'm having so much fun. And this is my reward for breaking out of my comfort zone, seeing what's out here. I'm familiar with Brookings, so it's still kind of within my comfort zone, but at least the time is going to make it outside my comfort zone because this is day two of my experience. So we'll see how it goes as I go along. The people here are so nice. Johnny and Jeff, I mean, they're just the sweetest people I think I've ever met. And they're so accommodating and kind, and I'm gonna find out if they want other people to come up and rent this room, and then I can tell you more about them, and I maybe can share their information, their contact information or something. Anyway, so I'm going to go to town, and I'm gonna like get a couple things, poke around, maybe come back with one of those windsock things that has flips around with all the colors. That'd be cool. Maybe. And then I'm gonna get a little sweet treat for Johnny because she likes stuff like that. You wouldn't be able to tell it. She's got an amazing little body, and she's so pretty. She's got pretty hair. And Jeff's like tall. He's like 6'3" or something. Anyway, all right. Enough about them. Maybe I'll introduce you to them at some point. I don't think they're home right now. Okay. Well, I like you, and I'm glad you're here. and I'll talk to you like later tonight or tomorrow. Okay, bye.